Hello and welcome to this week's Spiritual How-To, and it's how to work with auras after Colleen Bailey had asked about auras, and we're going to work on them. So what I want to do really is a very quick how-to, is to discuss what auras are and how they work and how we can work with them, what the colours mean, etc., etc. And, you know, in general, auras are electromagnetic field. It's our auric field, and there's a number of fields and areas within that. And we'll just work very quickly through that before we do an exercise whereby I'm going to pop something up on the screen. You're going to stare at it, then you're going to see things, and then we'll work from there. Okay. So the auras consist of 7 levels. Called auric bodies, and these correspond to the 7 chakras within the body, okay? But each level has its own unique frequency, and it relates to and affects what's around it. So consequently, if one level is imbalanced, it can push a lot of levels out. So we're looking at the physical level, all right? So this is the one that's really closest to you, and on this level you require simple physical comfort, pleasure, and health, okay? And then we got the erithic level, which is on this level you need sort of self-acceptance and self-love. When we talk about cultivating self-love, be love, give love, this is the etheric. This is where this sits. And then we got the vital level. On this level you want to understand situations. You have to be clear. You have to be rational. People generally who have a very clear part of this level is something that's very special indeed. We have the astral level. On this level you seek loving intervention with friends and family. And then we have the lower mental level. On this level, you require alignment with your divine, commitment to speak and to follow the truth. And then you have the higher mental level, okay, which is again coming out. And this level, you must have divine love and spiritual connection. And finally, the spiritual level, which is the intuitive level, which is right on the outside. And generally, this is a very purple color. And on this level, you require connection to the divine mind and to understand the greater universal energies and patterns. And that builds out. So when we're thinking about how we build out our auras, okay, this is what we're doing. I will do a course on it eventually, all right? But this is what we're doing today. So how can you see auras? Well, there's 2 exercises that we're going to work on today. First of all, I'm going to pop a diagram on the screen now. Okay, and what I want you to do is I want you to look at this diagram, and in particular the spot in the middle of the diagram, okay? And that spot is going to be there for you to stare at, okay? So what we're going to do is, and I don't want you hurting your eyes or whatever you want to do, but I want you to stare at this spot now for probably I don't know, let's stare at it for sort of 10-15 seconds. So just focus on that spot. And as you focus on that spot, you'll see that there's a blue spot and a red spot either side. Now, as you're focusing on the spot, your peripheral vision is where you see it, the auras see a lot of it. You should start to see a halo starting to build around the red dot and a halo building around the blue dot. Okay, now just keep focusing on the middle dot and look at this through your peripheral vision. And as you keep staring at it, you should then start to see that the blue dot will start to have a red halo around it, and the red dot should start to have a blue halo around it, okay? And just as you're going and you keep staring at it, keep straining it, and keep training, this is where you need to train your eyes to focus on something but see the peripheral colors, okay? Now be comfortable in sustaining this vision and maintaining your focus on the central part, all right? Now when you start seeing these contrasting colors around them, this exercise then you can just sort of start moving yourself and looking, and you'll start to really focus and see on the peripheral vision some colors around it, all right? I'm going to take it back off. Okay, so that's how you would start to train your mind to start to see peripheral vision, of which that's where the auras are. There's a second one we can do, all right? So I want you to get your fingers here, right? And do this in a slightly a dimly lit room, if you like, all right? But I want you to get your fingers. I want you to push them together, okay? And we're going to push them together, because auras will hang together, all right? Push them together for about 10-15 seconds, okay? Then you're going to stare at the space in between, and as we slowly move our fingers apart, what do we start to see? Do we start to see any colors, any glow, any hue, any mist, anything like that? Okay, and that's how you can start to see auras as well. You can start to see them right from here, okay? And then as you start building, like everything you need to do, you need to start to build on those exercises to ensure that, you know, you're cultivating what you're doing. Then when you're looking at colors, you know, you're going to see oranges, yellows, greens, blues, violets, silvers, grays, blacks, whites, etc. Okay, so when you start to look at that, then we can start to talk about further on down the line when you practiced it, what they all mean. So for instance, black draws or pulls energy to it, transform it, typically indicates a long-term inability to forgive or unrelease some of the residual energy, or you may be even leading to some health problems. So when we start to see these different auras, and you can Google some of this anyway, all right? But the two things, focus on those apes, both focus on the dot, try and build your peripheral, and the other one then is to push your fingers together and then slowly open them, okay? That's it for this week's how-to. It's very simple. And as I say, as always, if you like the video, then comment. If you start to see some of the colours, what colours you've seen, pop them in the comment section and we can have a discussion about that. Also, share the video. And of course, I'm now trying to get to 400 subscribers. So if you can subscribe to the channel, that would be very grateful and it'd be amazing. So thank you very much for watching this week's how-to. God bless you. Be love and give love and see you soon. Bye-bye.